friends, and welcome to part 2 of my ACOTAR vlog. If you watched the previous video, you know that I started the A Court of Thorns and Roses series and read A Court of Mist and Fury as well. I ended up liking these a lot more than I expected to, so I decided to continue the series and vlog me reading the rest of those books in this video today. I finished A Court of Mist and Fury on Wednesday night, and it is now Friday afternoon, and I am trash for this book series now. I recognize that it's like not a great work of literature by any means. The writing leaves a lot to be desired, but the plot and the characters are just so fun, and I'm invested. So when I finished book 2 on Wednesday and I did not have book 3, I had it coming in the mail, but it wasn't scheduled to deliver until today, Friday. I was distraught, and I felt really weird on Thursday because like I didn't want to pick anything else up because all I wanted to read was ACOTAR. But now I finally have it. It came in the mail earlier today, so I'm gonna unbag this now and hopefully it's in good condition. I bought it new, but sometimes Amazon shipping is not great, so A Court of Wings and Ruin. Look at that gorgeous little rainbow of fantasy romance. It just makes me happy looking at them. I'm so excited to finally have the 3rd and 4th books for this series. I believe I'm like 7 or 8 chapters in already because Amazon lets you preview it online before you get it, which is nice. So I have been able to start it, which is nice. And it picks up right where the last one left off. Feyre is back in the spring court having to sort of play spy, and she has to act like she's in love with Tamlin and stuff in order to get information out of him and figure out what Highburn is going to be doing in their invasion plans, and it's all super high stakes. I'm very much enjoying this development of Feyre. Seeing her mental health sort of journey in the last book was like so emotional, and being in the spring court I'm sure is probably really triggering for her because that's a place that like just gave her so much anxiety and misery. I'm into it so far, but I do just want her to be back in the night court with Rhysand and her sisters. I do appreciate that she's still able to sort of like communicate with Rhysand on the down low via their mate bond. I'm still not sure how I feel about the whole mate thing in general. It's like soulmates, which I'm like fine with. It's like it leads to a lot of like weirdly territorial stuff. I think I wouldn't mind it quite so much if Sarah J Maas, I don't want to say had better writing because that feels mean, but like she just gets so repetitive with certain words, and like the mate thing especially now is just like so in your face, and I'm like, I get it, they're soulmates, they have a bond, I get it. But yeah, so in this video I'm gonna be reading A Court of Wings and Ruin as well as A Court of Frost and Starlight, so stick around if you're interested in hearing my thoughts. Guys, I just realized I just unboxed A Court of Wings and Ruin, like in my intro that you just freaking saw. It's shorter than all the others. Okay, these are the first 2 I bought. I got them at Bull Moose. I am irrationally upset by this. I could handle it if it was a different book, or like I wouldn't care if it was a standalone or whatever, but it's the 3rd book in a series. And the whole reason I bought it on Amazon in the first place is because I couldn't find it at Bull Moose, and Books A Million only had it in a set, like in a boxed set. I'm not okay. It says online at Books A Million that they have it in stock in my store, but last time I went there, it was only in the like box set. So I don't feel like looking for it anymore, so I just wanted to reserve it online and just go to the store and pick it up, let them look for it for me. Hopefully I can go get that soon. I just want to start reading this book. I can't read anything else in between. My brain doesn't want it. My heart doesn't want it. I just want to read this freaking book. I don't know why book 3 is so hard to find. I know I'm being super anal about this. The content is the same, obviously, but like, it's just gonna bother me if I don't have them all matching, so. This vlog is getting off to a rough start. I apologize. It's been a day. Happy Friday the 13th, y'all. Oh my freaking god. I just got an email from Books A Million saying, oh, sorry, that's actually not in stock in your store. Here's a 10% off coupon. We're canceling the order. I'm never gonna get my hands on this stupid book. Bro, what the fuck? I could just read the one from Amazon, but I don't want to damage it, like the spine, because it's a paperback, if I'm gonna return it. This has been an adventure. Okay, I'm also looking at the backs now, and you can tell they're like pretty different. This one has like a white bar at the bottom, and this one does not, as you can see. I'm thinking it's that the other books in my set are all US editions. This one looks like a UK edition. What do you think, Rocket? What do you think? Hello, yes, you. Okay, it's now the next day. I am on the hunt for this book, the correct edition. I'm gonna be returning this version that I got from Amazon at my local UPS drop-off, so take care of that today. Hopefully find the correct one of this today. I have a couple places in mind locally to check. Wish me luck. Hi, how are you? Good, how are you? Okay. Whoop! I misjudged where I was gonna be sitting. Hello, I've done it. I finally found the correct edition of A Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm gonna make this fast because I don't think I have much time left on my card. So I went to a local bookstore I kind of forget about. It's really tiny and I don't go there quite as often as I go to Bull Moose, but they were like the only store in my town that had A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I checked it online first, and they're actually accurate about what they have in stock, so thank you, None Such Books. I did actually stop at Bull Moose before I stopped at None Such Books just to see if maybe they had it. They did not, but I did find Bonecryer's Moon for $3 there, so that was a really great used book find. I've been eyeing this book since it came out. The sequel just came out, I think, a couple months ago. I have such a big TBR that I'm trying not to buy books even if they're on my radar, unless I find them for a really good deal. Okay, I guess we're just gonna finish this on my phone because my card filled up and I need to go dump that, but I'm sitting here now and I just want to get through this little mini haul. So yeah, I found Bonecryer's Moon, picked that up. Then I went to a different bookstore, found the book I was looking for, A Court of Wings and Ruin, so I'm gonna read this later, vlog it, and finally start making more progress on this series, which is what you guys are all here for in the first place. And then they also do a bunch of used paperbacks there, so I browsed that section and I found Assassin's Quest by Robin Hobb. This is the third book in the Farseer trilogy. I have the first book up there that you can see, and this is the style, like the editions that I'm looking for this series, and they're kind of hard to find in person. I don't have book 2, but I found it used for $6, so I figured couldn't pass that up, especially where I had to order the first one online. I figured might as well pick this up while I found it in person. And then finally, also for $6, I found The Atlas 6, which is a book that I've been seeing a lot on TikTok. I don't know really anything about it except that I believe there's like a competition element. There's like an initiation. So they have to like earn their place among this secret society, and there's like this competition to get in. There starts with 6, and basically one person will be eliminated. I've heard excellent things about this book. It's an indie published book, so it's hard to find in person, and I was gonna order it on Amazon at some point, or maybe like the ebook, but again, $6 in person, I figured why not. So yeah, that's like kind of my little mini haul. I get to reading because I've been really desperate to read A Court of Wings and Ruin. It's been an adventure getting to this point and getting the correct edition for some reason. I have my book. All is right in the world. Figure it's time to actually talk about what I've been reading so far. I'm done with part 1 of A Court of Wings and Ruin, which is about 96 pages in, and it's been fun so far. I appreciate Feyre, sort of the plotting and manipulating, sort of spying in the Spring Court. I love a good revenge story. Seeing little inklings of that, especially her trying to manipulate the court's opinion of Ianthe, I think that's how you pronounce her name, the High Priestess, and Tamlin, and sort of showing both the sentries in the Spring Court as well as sort of just the more common fae that, like, your High Lord's not looking out for you. And I think that's so delicious and dramatic. I love it. Hello. I'm about 224 pages into A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I kind of feel like things have sort of stalled at the moment. Feyre's chilling back in Valaris. They're going to set up a meeting with the High Lords to kind of talk about what are we going to do about Highburn. I am interested to see another showdown with Tamlin, but yeah, I will update you after I read the next chunk. Hello. I don't remember when the last time I updated was, but I'm currently on page 291, chapter 28. I feel like I'm not slumping through this at the moment. I'm a good way through. I don't know, I feel like right now they're going places, and then they're coming back to Valaris and regrouping, and then they're going somewhere else, and I don't know, it's just, it doesn't feel like the plot's moving forward very much more. It's like they're rallying and trying to gather forces for this upcoming war, so it's not the most, like, entertaining thing at the moment. Definitely getting hints that, like, Cassian and Nesta might be mates, but Cassian hasn't admitted to that yet. Nesta also seems to be completely uninterested in anything that is not Elaine, so... But yeah, I feel like not a whole lot to update on the moment. Things are still very, like, slowly developing. But I am hoping to get, I don't know, I'm hoping it picks back up. I feel like the second book was kind of like, I couldn't stop reading, and this one, while entertaining, is less of a page turner. Feyre seems to have it kind of all together. She's got her man, she's got quite a bit of control over her various powers. She's learning how to fly, you know, it's, the stakes aren't quite as high. I know there's this impending war coming, but I don't know, the urgency isn't quite there like it was in the past few. I'm hoping the tension builds a bit more and we start to feel, like, real anxiety over, like, what the heck is gonna happen. So yeah, I'm gonna continue reading this tonight and update you later. Tamlin's really out here trying to slut shame Feyre. She died for you, bitch! Oh my god! Trying to embarrass her in front of the other High Lords. What's wrong with you? Get out of here! Get out of here! Ah, Tamlin! I don't know what just came over me. I was looking at my TBR shelf and I was like, I need to organize that. And I have regrets now. My floor is absolutely covered in books. My cat is climbing the bookshelf. Rocket is very confused. Anytime this bookshelf is bare, he's like, I must climb. But yeah, I've got several stacks of books on the ground. Because I thought it would make more sense to, like, break it up by genre and, like, general size. But that quickly got a little messy. So I'm gonna try to reorganize, and maybe having it broken up into genres will kind of help me. Plus, like, I like mixing up my books every now and then because it kind of gives my bookshelf a fresh look. It gives me a new set of eyes and kind of helps me pick out certain things that I wouldn't have otherwise. This is my view of everything. The fantasy definitely takes it by a long shot. This stack is fantasy, that stack is fantasy. That stack is more like narrow fantasy. This stack is, these two stacks are paperback fantasy. So that definitely dominates my collection. Holy crap. Oh, and then these are sci-fi. Oh my goodness. I'm overwhelmed. Why did I decide to do this randomly? I don't know. we've run into a tactical error. They don't fit quite as well as they did before, and I feel like I have more books on the floor than I did before I decided to reorganize. I don't know what to do. So as you can see, it's pretty full. Most of my hardcovers have made it, and I wanted to get those off the floor because this one will literally chew, yeah, you will chew books if they're just sitting on the floor. And unfortunately, I have a lot stacked because I'm over capacity here. All of my paperback fantasy books, all of them, no longer fit. And I did stack pretty high before, but I wanted to try to avoid that. I don't know what to do. Oh shit, the wall between Prithian and the mortal realm just came down. The war with Hybern is about to start, I'm assuming. Forces are being rallied, battle plans are being drawn up. I feel like I'm gonna be very anxious for the rest of this book. I still have a couple hundred pages left to go, but I'm making progress. I'm excited. Are people gonna die? So far, no one's died yet. At least not that I can think of. No one important, at least. I feel like I'm gonna hurt soon. Can you believe Tamlin? I'm gonna take that as a no. Hey friends! So, quick update. It is Friday. I have the day off because I'm getting matching tattoos with my mom later. I'm excited. We've been wanting to do this for a while, so it's great now that we finally have the chance to. I'm so excited to do that later, and hopefully I'll get the opportunity to vlog it a little bit because I think that would be cool to show you guys. I am quite a ways into A Court of Wings and Ruin. We are, let's see, chapter 56, page 506. The big battle is about to start, and I was reading this last night, and when I saw this, or when this chapter started, I was like, I need to take a break because otherwise I'm gonna be up all night trying to finish this. So I'm very excited to get to this next part. I'm gonna try to read a lot before our appointment later. I'm curious to see if any major players die. That's something that hasn't really happened yet. I mean, Feyre did die in the first book, but she was obviously brought back. She's our main character. But we haven't really seen any of her friends fall. So I'm anxious, I'm curious, I'm excited. I'm just so many feelings. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this today, but I am kind of hoping to. It's Friday and I kind of want to get this vlog up for Monday, and I still need to read A Court of Frost and Starlight. So yeah, I gotta dedicate some time to this today because I've been slacking a little bit. I kind of don't want it to be over. Gosh, what a journey. What a journey. Hello. Are you excited for tattoos? Saturday. My tattoo is a lot less red and angry looking than it was yesterday. But yeah, I'm gonna do some reading, watching YouTube right now, so gotta get in the reading headspace, and hopefully I'll be able to finish Court of Wings and Ruin today. Oh, okay, I see how it is. I'm actually crying right now. I thought Sarah J. Maas just forgot about Feyre, Elaine, and Nesta's father. Because he was like off on the continent for 2 whole books. And he was gathering human forces. Which is like, go dad, but the fact that he named the ships after his daughters and that they're coming to save the day made me so emotional. Oh my god. These battles are killing me. They're... God damn it. Go Papa Archeron. Hell yeah. Hello everyone, it's been a couple days since I last updated, but I finally finished both A Court of Wings and Ruin and A Court of Frost and Starlight. Sorry it took me a bit longer to get part 2 up than I initially planned. Book 3 was a little bit of a slog for me, and I wanted to take a couple days to sort of reflect on my reading experience and the book itself, kind of organize my thoughts a little bit, but I feel prepared to talk about it now. So starting with A Court of Wings and Ruin, I have kind of complicated feelings about this one. I really liked how it started with Feyre sort of being undercover in the Spring Court. I've talked about that quite a bit in this vlog already. I thought that was a really fun and interesting sort of premise. But after that, it really just felt like Feyre, Rhys, and the gang going around trying to recruit people for the war effort. And I don't know, it was a bit, not boring, because I did enjoy sort of meeting the other High Lords and some of the other sort of monstrous creatures within the Night Court that they were able to sort of convince to fight for them, and I enjoyed their parts in the fight. But I don't know, it just felt like all this build-up, and I did enjoy the battle scenes for the most part. I was kind of frustrated Feyre just like stood off to the side and watched for a good chunk. I just had so much fun with books 1 and 2 that like this one just like wasn't as good in my opinion, and that's not to say it was bad. Like there were definitely things I enjoyed. Again, I enjoyed the battle scenes. I enjoyed sort of the closure with the Suriel that has appeared in each book that Feyre has sought out. I thought he was given a really good ending scene. Ianthe getting justice. Oh my goodness. That was probably one of my favorite parts of this book actually, was just her getting hers, you know? Oh my god, that was so satisfying. I really appreciated sort of the growth and the bond between Feyre and her sisters Elaine and Nesta. They've all been really affected by their transformations into High Fae, and they've each had sort of their own battles to overcome in that regard, and I just love that like there was a moment where they all just like lay down on the floor in exhaustion and fear, and they just like hold each other, and I was just like so touched by that. I really appreciated that, like the found family themes with Feyre returning to the Night Court and like the inner circle is her family. I thought that aspect was really strong. Papa Archeron coming back from the continent with an army to back them up literally made me tear up. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought Sarah J. Maas had just like forgotten about him, honestly. So that was really surprising and sweet. Yeah, overall, like I think the events in this book were pretty cool. But yeah, going into things I didn't quite like about it, like I said before, the pacing, it felt really repetitive. Like, gotta go appeal to these people, gotta go appeal to these people, Tamlin sucks. I don't know, it's just sort of like hitting the same points over and over again. Also, one of the biggest buildups of the book was Feyre claiming the Ouroboros mirror to get the bone carver on her side. There was just like no payoff with that. Like, she retrieved it, but like we didn't get to actually experience what made it so dangerous to try to claim with her. Like, that scene was just totally skipped over, and I was so annoyed by that. I don't love that for the most part Feyre didn't really participate in the actual fighting. I felt like, you know, it was the Bat Boys kind of putting it all out on the line, and the ladies just sort of standing aside. Even Morgan, for the most part, and she's like a fighter. Like, it made no sense for her to just be standing off to the side watching these battles when, like, and eventually she did join them, but I just didn't understand why it took so long. I don't know. Plus, like, Feyre's got all these freaking abilities and she's not using them. Like, what the heck? Like, even if she didn't want to be, like, in the thick of it, if they were by a river or something, or she could have used her fight. Like, there's so many elemental powers that she has that she could have used to help their army, and, like, she didn't. I was really annoyed that Amren's sacrifice wasn't a true sacrifice. I thought her dying to save the forces of Prythian was so appropriate and satisfying, and obviously, like, I wasn't rooting for her to die, but it felt final. Like, it felt like a fitting end to her character, is finally, like, being unleashed into her true form and dying to protect the people that she has learned to love. Like, I thought that was such a satisfying end to her character arc, and then they just brought her back. She just appears back in the cauldron. So that was weird to me, and I don't know where Sarah J. Maas intends for her character to go now. But yeah, that was questionable. Furthermore, the cauldron breaking just for Rhys to have to die to help put it back together was so dumb. And the fact that he was resurrected in the same way Feyre was, with all the High Lords coming together, like, I don't know. I get that, like, a really big driving force for Feyre was her fear of losing Rhys, but I hated that. And where we've already seen her be resurrected, unless, like, the first time that's happened in, like, 500 years or something. It's supposed to be this super special rare thing, and the fact that they just willy-nilly used it on Rhys. Not that I think he deserved to die, I think him dying was dumb. I didn't love that, and I didn't love the way that they brought him back, and I thought it was super cheesy in the worst way. So, transitioning into A Court of Frost and Starlight, I had heard from several people that this was sort of like fluffy and pointless, and I knew that going in, but I typically don't mind kind of a fluffier like read, especially after the war in book 3. I thought it would be kind of a nice like cool down, like a nice reprieve from a lot of drama. The fluffy parts I didn't mind. It was cute to see like everybody get presents for each other for the, what is it, the winter solstice, which is like, you know, their Christmas, I guess. Like, I actually quite enjoyed that. But this book, more so than any other book, I think besides the first one, it made me really frustrated with Nesta. I feel like she grew so, like, her relationship with Feyre in book 3 was like one of my favorite things about it, was that they were finally starting to like try to be like vulnerable with each other, and she has just become so withdrawn in this book, and I know she's processing her own stuff. Those things are important to talk about, especially when your content deals with really traumatic stuff. Like, I think it's important not to like sweep those feelings that you would inevitably have like under the rug or anything. It's just like, it was just really frustrating to see her open up in the third one only to like become so withdrawn. She doesn't talk to anybody, including Elaine, who has always been like her one person that she would talk to. Her and Cassian are on really weird standings now. She lives in like the slummy part of Valeris, and goes out drinking and takes men home. Like, I was just like, Nesta, what you doing? I don't know, that was really frustrating. I also hated how many POVs we got in this one. In this short little book, we get more points of view than any other book in this series. I was expecting a little bit of Rhysand because we've gotten that before, but we got a little bit of Nesta, we got Cassian, we got Elaine, we got more. Did we get Elaine? I don't know if we got Elaine actually. We got Morgan, and I'm just like, this is all, like, especially Moore's chapters just felt so unnecessary. It was just like, it didn't add anything. Nesta's, you could feel like we're kind of leading into the next book, which is more focused on her and Cassian's relationship, but it was too much, especially for a book that's like 250 pages. It was just whiplash and really annoying. Plus, like, Risa's point of views were just sort of like recapping his feelings for Feyre, and like, I get that they're mates, because Sarah J Maas literally will not let me forget that. And like, I don't even mind like sex scenes or whatever, like, I don't care, but it's just like all he can think about is like having sex with Feyre and doing Feyre in this book. It just felt like I was expecting something like cute and fluffy, and like it felt out of place almost a little bit in this one. Not that I mind that stuff typically, whatever, but like, it was just weird. I didn't, like, again, his point of view just didn't add anything that I didn't already know. And Sarah J Maas really abuses, both in this one and in this one, the term mate and males and females. That was one of my main complaints about the second book, and it is even worse in these books. It was super annoying. I get it. I get that they're not men and women. Think of something else, Sarah. Seriously, it's so cringy. And it really like takes me out of it. Like, it really hinders my enjoyment of these books because I think it's so cringy and corny. Which is frustrating because like, I want to like them. I loved the first two. Plus, I feel like it was like very poorly edited. Like, the prose has never been this series' strong suit. I think Sarah J Maas has a really incredible talent for creating really captivating characters that you want to follow. You want to know like what's gonna happen with them, where they're gonna go, who they're gonna end up with. The world of Prithian I think is really interesting. Like, she's good at that stuff, but like, her writing leaves a lot to be desired, as I've said and complained about mates and stuff. So yeah, a little disappointed. I didn't love these ones quite as much as I loved the first two in the series. I do plan on continuing. Whenever Court of Silver Flames comes out on paperback, I will be picking that up and reading it. Let me know if you guys want a reading vlog of that as well. I don't know what to expect with that one, other than that it focuses more on Nesta and Cassian. So I'm curious as to what my reaction to that will be, because Nesta currently is not my favorite character, but I think that's also sort of the point. Overall though, the series has been a lot of fun so far. I've liked it, even though these ones were kind of disappointing, I have liked it a lot more than I expected to. It has made me feel feelings, and not every book does, and it's been a fun time. I really enjoy the characters for the most part. Cringy dialogue and prose aside, I have really enjoyed the adventure that Sarah J Maas has taken us on in this series. Let me know down below, what is your favorite Sarah J Maas book? Do you like her at all? I know it's pretty controversial. And what did you think of these two specifically? Were you as disappointed as I was? Because books 1 and 2 were just, I think I gave those ones 4 stars each. This one's more of like a 3-star, and I gave this one 2 stars. So it's brought down the average for the series, unfortunately, but I'm not upset that I read them. Maybe this one, but not this one. And thank you guys so much for watching. It's been really fun vlogging this experience. I don't think this is the first time I think I've read an entire series and vlogged it, so it was fun. A little exhausting, and sorry again that it's taken me a little bit to get this vlog up. It's just been a lot of work between the reading and the filming and the editing, so forgive me. I should be returning to my normal 2-video-a-week schedule next week. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow my socials down below, like this video, follow my channel, all that good stuff, and have a wonderful day. Bye!